Hi guys, welcome to the video. So in this video I will be talking about all of the accommodation options you get as a student when you come to the UK, or if you're even from the UK. So if you're moving to a different city, if you're going to a uni in the UK, you have different accommodation options, and we are going to talk about those options in this video. My name is Saurabh and I'm a student in the UK, and I have lived here for 4 or 5 years. So I do have a lot of experience in accommodations in the UK, and in this video I'm going to talk about all the accommodations options you get when you come here. And without waiting any further, let's begin the video. Before telling you about all the 4 options you get as an accommodation in the UK, I do want to talk about the type of rooms you do get in those different accommodations. So you might be wondering, like, what's the difference? So basically you might be booking an accommodation either by uni or with private company, but then you might get different kind of rooms. So let's talk about those. So you have 3 different kind of options. First is non-ensuite. This means basically you don't have a bathroom in your room. You have a shared bathroom which you share with maybe 5 to 10 people. It depends on accommodation. It can be maybe less, it can be more as well, but usually it's between 5 to 10. Then you share the kitchen as well. You do get your own sink in your room, but that's about it. So you have to share your bathroom, you have to share your toilet, and then you have to share your kitchen as well. Then you have the ensuite room where you actually get the toilet in your own room. You have a shower in your own room. So you only share kitchen with maybe 4 to 8 or 10 people. So that's the other type of room. And the third type of rooms are your studio apartments. So you have your kitchen, you have your toilet, you have your shower. So everything is in your own room, and you don't share anything with anyone at all. So you get these 3 different kind of rooms. You can get it anywhere. So it can be either private halls or uni halls. So now let's talk about these kind of accommodation, like what kind of accommodation you can go for when you come to the UK, or if you're already from the UK and you're starting your university journey. So the first type of option you get are the halls of residence. They are accommodation from the university. University basically owns them, and you have any issue, you go to your university, kind of like a one process which you do for your accommodation, your admission and everything. This is usually a very good option if you're in your first year. So when you come from a different country, you want just your university to handle all of the things. So you can live in one of the halls. Can range anywhere from 130 to 150 a week. It can be more as well, can be less as well. It depends on different cities, it depends on different universities as well. So I won't be able to give you exact price obviously, but you can go to the accommodation page of your university and see what are the prices of the accommodations, and then you can either rent with them, you can have a look, you can have a virtual look. Most of them have like a 360 video of the accommodation which you can have a look at. Now these kind of accommodations are best for people who are coming in their first year. There are a couple of reasons. So first of all is because you don't know the country, so it's best just to let the university take care of everything, as in like you will pay them for the fees, you will pay them for the accommodation as well, so you don't have to worry about paying someone else, how you're going to transfer the money, how you're going to send the money, is it going to be on your card, is it going to be bank transfers. So loads of different things. If you're paying university a certain amount, you can pay them more for the accommodation as well, so it's usually a bit handy. Another thing can be most of the time university accommodations, you will only have people from your university, so it can be good in one way because you might meet other people from your courses. Someone from your course might be in your same building. You might meet other people who you can go to uni with, so they might have the same classes, so you might leave together, so you all will be in the same boat. Everyone have left the house, came to uni in a different city, in a different country, so you all can socialize, have fun. So for first year I generally recommend a halls of residence because you might feel more comfortable with people from the same university. There are also other benefits. One of them can be, it might be close to your university, so accommodations from your university will generally be close, will be by walking distance, so you don't have to worry about the commute to your classes. It might be just like 5 minutes walk, so you can just wake up like maybe 8:45 if you have a 9 AM class, but that's up to you. So overall it is a good option. It depends on your university, it depends on the pricing, it depends on how many people you're going to share the flat with or the kitchen with. So you have to do your own research, you have to look at the factors, and then it depends if you are willing to maybe share kitchen with 8 people, or if you're able to get a non-ensuite room if you want that. So it just depends on your personal circumstances as well, but I will always recommend you have a look at other accommodations as well. If they come a lot cheaper, then I'll suggest you go for a private one, because you will save a lot of money which you can use for your food or entertainment or going out or whatever you want. So I'll always recommend you check out the private halls and their prices, what are they in your city. Another drawback of the uni accommodation is that you might be seeing again a lot of first year, so you might be seeing people who party a lot. So there is a chance there will be some people in your kitchen who would like to go every other night, and they might be drinking in the kitchen, they might be having a party in the kitchen. It can be loud sometimes, so it depends. You can obviously, when you fill application, put the comment section, or there's usually a section that would you like a quieter area. So usually what they do, that's what I think, they put all the people together who has selected for the we would like a quiet room, so they might be on one side of the building, all the party animals will be on the other side of the building. So that can happen as well, but then wherever you go you will find people who party. It can be in private accommodations as well, but if you don't want to be in that environment, you can obviously take a studio apartment. Now let's move on to the second type of accommodations, which are private halls. So apart from your uni accommodation, you will have different companies which have different accommodations in the city. So in the UK, for example, there are different companies which have different accommodations. So in Southampton there's United Student, there is the housing company which I think is Yugo Housing now, I'm not sure, but they keep changing names. There's Vita, there's CRM, so they have their capital house. So there's different brands. In the city you are going to, there might be different companies, so you can have a look around and see their prices. So basically with uni halls you only have a couple of options, and there's very set prices on the accommodations. But if you look for private accommodation, you might find a lot of varieties. You can pay maybe as little as maybe 110, and some places can be very expensive, which can go to like 190, even 200. So you have to have a look on the website about different kind of accommodations, and you'll get a rough idea on how those accommodations are. If you do find a lot of difference in private accommodation and your university accommodation, then I'll suggest you go for the private one. But if there's a very less difference, if your university accommodation is nice, then I'll suggest go for the uni accommodation for your first year, because it will be a different experience for you. Now in terms of the facilities you will get in uni accommodation or a private one, is you'll have a common room, so you might have different rooms. So there are some accommodations here in Southampton which have dedicated cinema rooms, gaming rooms, and dedicated gym. They have study rooms which you can book. They have pool table. They have different sort of things where you can hang out with your friends, you can chill, you can invite people over, play some games. So these kind of activities are good, especially in your first year. You'll get to meet a lot of people there as well. So for example, if you're just going to play pool, there might be other people there, you might meet them, you can socialize. So common rooms are great to meet new people. In the accommodation I live, we don't have any common rooms. I mean, the rooms are nice, but there are no common rooms. However, I'm only paying 98 a week for this year, so I think I can't really complain. But I have lived in this accommodation, this is my third year, but earlier I was paying a bit more, so this year is a bit cheaper, which is a good thing. But I think the prices in the UK for accommodations and housing are going to go up in general. But if you do want to do for this accommodation, let me know in the comment section. I'll try to show you around my accommodations, and you can see how it looks. This is by United Student, and the place is called Mercury Point. So if you are coming to Southampton and if you're looking for this accommodation, then I might make a whole new video, and people who are going to come here, they might have a look at that video and decide if they want to stay here or not. Now we can talk about the next type of options, which are renting. So you can rent a place here in the UK. Usually you do need a guarantor. You need to put a deposit down as well. The benefit of that is most of the time you'll be on a rolling contract. That means you don't have to pay for more than 1 or maybe 2 months max to max, maybe 3 months in some places if you're a first year student and you don't have any credit in the UK, but still better than the university or private accommodation. Yeah, and one more thing about uni and private accommodations are that you have to pay most of the money in advance. So you might still have some sort of EMI, but that won't be like every single month. So it will be, if you're paying for the whole year, for example, £5,000, so it will be maybe 3 installment of 2,000, 2,000 and £1,000. So it can be like that as well. But if you're renting, you have to pay monthly, which can be good for students who are not on a lot of budget and will try to pay their own rent when they come into the UK and work part-time. So this is really good options. You can also share rent with different people you might meet. So you can do a group booking and book a place for maybe 4 students, and you can all live together. So you can do that as well. But in that place you have to look out for the landlords as well. It will depend on your landlord as a person. How is he? If he's fixing any damages, if he's listening to you, if he's or if he's just ignoring all the problems you are having in your house. So these kind of things are a bit better when it comes to university accommodation or private accommodation, because you can officially complain. It's a company, so they do listen to you. Sometimes they might be a bit delayed, but in terms of landlord, depends on him or her. If they want to fix something really quick, they can do it the next day, they can do it the same day. But if they want, they can ignore it for weeks, and you probably won't be able to complain it to anyone else. There's one more thing which comes with renting, is that you have to take care of your own bills. But there will be some times where your landlord will include the prices of everything in the bill, but it will then increase the price of the whole rent. So you might have to pay your own electric bill, your Wi-Fi, your water bill, and maybe your own laundry as well. So you have to consider all these things when you're looking for accommodation in the UK. I'll suggest you're watching this video, I'll suggest you watch more videos probably from a city where you are going to live, and you'll get a better idea. You can also go to the Google Maps or any other places where you can look for reviews of different accommodations you might be thinking for. For example, you might be thinking of university halls, but you are confused with a private hall. So you can have a look at the Google review or Trustpilot review, see what other students are saying, see what kind of experience they had, and then based on that you can pick your own accommodation. Now there's also one more option which you can go for, but it's not really for full-time students. It's for someone who is coming here only for like maybe 6 months, so they don't want to book accommodation for the whole year. Then they don't want to rent because they'll be leaving soon, so this doesn't make sense. They rent for 6 months. Obviously they can't live in a hotel, it can be very expensive. So there are some options which you can take, and one of them is actually you can stay in a home. So you share a home with a family who lives here. So what they do is basically they will have an empty room and then they will just rent it to you. Most of the time they will cook food for you. You can cook your own food as well, but it will be like living with a family. You'll have your obviously own room, but you'll be sharing bathroom with them. Probably you'll be sharing toilet enjoyed it with them, and then you'll be probably having dinner with them every night, or you can, you know, stay in your own room if you want to do that. But most of the time, people who provide accommodation for homestay do want you to socialize with them and learn about UK, learn about their culture. And when you do that, you'll make a new family in the UK. You'll probably be less lonely in a way, because first year can be a bit, you know, lonely for some people, especially international students. But then again, the more friends you have, the more people you have talked to, the better it will be. So the homestay is really good for someone who is coming for, you know, shorter stay. It's like perfect for them. You can obviously look for other options, but it can be a bit expensive. If there's an accommodation, private one, which is willing to give you these for 6 months or less, or whatever your course is, then it's fine. Then you can go for that as well if it's cheaper. But if homestay is something you want to do, you know, live in a different country with a different family, then it is something which you can do. Now, this was all for this video. It was a very short video about the accommodation options you have in the UK. Obviously, uni halls, private halls, whatever you decide, most of the time matters on the flatmates you get. So hopefully you will get good flatmates and you'll have a great time in the UK, especially in your first year. If you do have any questions about accommodations, or if you are confused, do let me know in the comment section. I'll try my best to reply to it, and hopefully you will find my reply a bit helpful and you will be able to make a decision. If you want more videos regarding the life in the UK overall, it just won't be about student. I will talk about more stuff as well, but I'm trying to start from the student perspective because I'm a student in the UK, and it's kind of like helped me to put my personal perspective and my opinions out there. So if it can be helpful for anyone, it will be great. If you want to be part of my journey, you can hit the subscribe button. If you like this video, you can hit the like button. Comment down your thoughts below. If you have any questions, if you have any feedback, if you have any video ideas, if you want me to do an accommodation tour, I can do that as well. Anything you have, just put it in the comment section. I have some videos planned out. I haven't posted like in 4 or 5 months, but now I will try to post at least once a week. Not making any promises, but hopefully I'll be able to keep up with the schedule. I do have my dissertation left in September, so I'll be a bit busy till then. I'll try to post again once a week. After that, I'll try to post maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So to be again part of this journey, hit the subscribe button. I did said a lot in the end, I know, but you know, this is my first video after 4 months, so just want to make sure I have everything out there. So this was it for this video. I've talked a lot in the end. I'm gonna leave now, and hopefully you like this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.